a new mix, isn't it, Tora? Yeah, that was a new mix that I haven't heard before. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this morning I had an awesome lucid dream, OBE VR lucid dream, and then a couple days ago I did, and then I had one after that. So the one in the middle, I guess because I had a good one this morning, I forgot the one in the middle, and I tried to get it to come back to me. It probably will in the next day or two. And I forgot to write down, I just got to write down little code words, you know what I'm saying? So I could remember it, but I didn't write it down. But I know the reason why I can't remember it is because I had a decent one this morning, and it, superseded that middle one I had. So yeah, it pisses me off because I know it was good enough to talk about, and I forgot it. But I remember the one this morning and the one like 2 or 3 mornings ago. Yeah, so kind of pisses me off. I can't remember it. But they both are OBE VR lucid dreams. Okay, but I guess I'll talk. Well, no, I'll talk about the one I had this morning first. And it lasted a long time, probably like 3. I was probably inexperienced, or at least it felt like I was inexperienced. Oh man, probably like 3 hours. It was me, but it maybe only lasted 20 minutes in 3D time. I mean, 3D time. But non 3D time, yeah, probably 3 or 4 hours. And this one kind of faded fast. But it was like me, my mom, my sister, and we were walking around a it was like not a rehab place for animals and reptiles, but it was like just a little animal center you could go to. Well, I don't know if you call it sanctuary. It was just a little animal center you could go to and see animals and gators and stuff. And see, it's so weird. Like this one, it already like 80% faded away. Some of them do that, some of them don't. Like the one a couple days ago, that one wasn't like that. It didn't fade away. I remember still, everything. But yeah. So the one this morning, basically, like we were walking around this what do you call it? Animal sanctuary type of place, and then like I said, it was me, mom, my sister, and at one point I was walking around, and I went up to where some strange looking alligators were. There was about 4 or 5 in a very small pool of water, like 8 feet. No, it wasn't even that, like 6 feet by 8 feet. I mean, it just seemed kind of small. Well, it may have been a little bigger than that, like, I don't know, it may have been like 9 feet by 9 feet. But so these other guys, it looked like, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 guys, and they were like, okay, this is kind of funny, but they looked like they were like mid-20s or late 20s or whatever, and they were allowed to, like for whatever reason, they were allowed to, like pet them and aggravate them or whatever, and like pick them up and pet them, which is kind of funny because in real life you wouldn't be allowed to do that. And so they were like messing with them and like making them, I guess, aggravate. They were kind of, see, some other freaking ass details are trying to come back to me right now. But anyway, they were trying to play with them and aggravate them, and then so I went up to the little pool that they were. The pool was it was not in the ground; it was on top of the ground. The pool, or the little, it wasn't really a pool, but the little area they were kept in. And so one of them, like one of the gators, like jumped out, and this gator was only like 3 feet long, but it was odd looking. Because when I looked at the back, it looked like it didn't have any legs. It was just kind of odd looking, and the gator kept trying to like attack my legs and stuff. And I was just kind of running from it, and I knew that's why it was kind of mad, because those guys had aggravated them or whatever. Okay, and so then I got away see, all these other details are trying to come back to me. Okay, so then I started walking, and then I met up with my mom and my sister, And then this other part was kind of funny. It's like I was trying to get to, and we were having conversations along the way and stuff. I was having conversations with them, and then, you know, I was talking to my mom and my sister too. And at one point, like, we were trying to go to another area to look at animals, and you had to climb up these steep stairs. And I was just trying to like climb up them, and it was just very awkward and very weird. The aliens do that a lot, put weird things like that in my scenarios. Or like you're like, you know, walking down stairs, and then there'll be a stair that you have to jump, you know, 8 feet to get to the other stairs or whatever. Yeah, and it was just really steep, and I was trying to climb up there, and then I told my mom, I was like, I remember, you know, saying this, I wanted to go back and check on the gators to make sure they were fine, you know, make sure that they were back in like the tank and stuff, or the pool. But anyway, so that was that one this morning, and it was pretty fun. But there's 80% of it already faded away, but it was really fun. And but the first one that I had a couple of days ago, and like I say, the middle one I had, and I was having a shitty night too, but at least I still got something. That one I forgot. But like that first one was like, you know, 3 days ago or whatever. And this is funny. I went back to the, I went back to the ramen noodle factory. But, okay, what was I going to say? Okay, so anyway, so in the scenario, okay, so okay, how do I start? Okay, so basically, it was not the same. This was a different ramen noodle factory, and actually, they never told me exactly what they made in that factory. It was I just got the impression that that's what they made. Plus, I got the impression they also made some non-edible stuff, and So anyway, basically I was in training, and it was kind of funny because I walked around forever and ever. Oh, at least probably 4 or 5 hours, maybe longer. Walked around forever, waiting to do training. And I'm like, wow, this is cool because I know I'm still getting paid, you know, and I'm not even doing any work, you know. And everybody else was working their ass off because I was waiting, you know, for the superiors to send me to training. But I was just walking around and observing. But I knew I was still getting paid and everything because I was about to go to training, I was still in training, but the training hadn't started yet. And yeah, this, and well, at one point, you know, I sat down with a bunch of the employees and stuff, and I knew that they were working their ass off, and I knew that I didn't have to work my ass off yet because I was just about to train. And yeah, there was quite a few people. I mean, there was like, I met up with about 6-7 guys, like walking around, maybe more, and then women. There's like 5 or 6 women, you know, employees or managers or whatever, walking around. And basically, like I say, that wasn't supposed to be the same ramen noodle factory, but there was one scene in it where okay, I was looking all the way to the back. I mean, not the back, the front door. Like in the other scenario, I went through the front door, and the machinery and stuff was just kind of like right there, and well, I was already, and then I told you in the other scenario where I walked past, you go on down the big hallway or whatever you call it, and then you walk past, over to the right was the big, you know, like big metal pans and stuff, you know, a shelf of big metal pans, silver pans. And so basically, in this scenario, I was at that point. What the hell was that? That was some kind of orb, man. I was at that point. I just saw this white blob, man. That was weird. Okay, I saw, so at one point, I was way into kind of like that area or a little farther back in this ramen noodle factory. And I looked back where the front door was, and then you know, it's like, and then the alien made me kind of like rotate my head, or it kind of like rotated the whole scene, and I was like, okay, that's that area that I recognize. And then I, you know, just saw the whole building, and then I was like, and then, you know, my head went all the way around, or the scene went all the way around, and then I was like, okay, there's the freezer right there, Because, you know, in the other scenario, I talked about the freezer where the Kool-Aid robot live people, you know, came out. Vats, the Kool-Aid vats came out. It appeared they came out of the freezer. I think that's what I said in the other scenario or something like that. The Kool-Aid vats. And so in this scenario, the alien showed me, you know, all of it, the whole way to the back. Well, first to the front of the factory, and then all the way to the back, and then bam. And then I saw the freezer, and I was like, wow, this has got to be, like, I knew I had already been there before, but I knew it was supposed to be a different factory. But I was like, this appears to be the same ramen noodle factory that I had been in before. But it wasn't. In the scenario, it was supposed to be a different building and everything. But then the alien kind of showed me exactly what it looked like, and it looked exactly like the other one. I mean, well, maybe not 100% exact, but like 95% exact. And, okay, so the funny part, there was a funny part in it, and then I'll tell you the virtual reality part, but the funny part in it was I misplaced this right here. I misplaced it, and so I was walking around forever trying to find it, and I never did find it. Like, I'd be like, I walked around, I looked over on the tables, like in the little conference looking rooms, or not the conference room, the break rooms. I looked over on the tables. I went over into some rooms that appeared to be like a break room, you know, for the employees, and then I was looking for it, and then there was some people standing up over there by some tables that was like outside of the conference, or right outside the machinery, and right outside of the break rooms, and because there were some tables right there, and there was some employees sitting there. And then I looked up on the shelf, and I didn't see there were some other cups, but I didn't see my silver one. And one of the female employees lifted up like a plastic cup, and they were like, is this it? And I'm like, no, mine's silver with a black top. I told her that, and then she shows me like this plastic cup, you know, with like a black top or whatever. And I'm like, no, mine is like metal, and it's silver. But I never did find it. And they do that, aliens do that a lot. They make you lose shit. And I was walking around a long time looking for it. Okay, so, and like I say, this whole scenario lasted probably 5-6 hours, walking around, looking for my cup, talking to the employees and the managers and stuff, and then observing the whole place and stuff. And, but like I say, like when I was under the scenario, the impression was that I figured that that's what they made was ramen noodles, and then I got the impression that they also made other things, like non-edible things. But like I say, the alien didn't really tell me. They weren't, you know, the alien wasn't really clear, you know, about it or whatever. Okay, so the other part was like freaky, because the aliens do this a lot. Like they put me around real dangerous machinery, shit like that, you know, real dangerous electrical shit. They've done that a lot. And then one time, that scenario is on here somewhere on YouTube, where they put me in like a Lowe's or Home Depot type of place, and then I walked into this whole big area that was like danger. This whole big area was huge, like several hundred square feet, a whole area that was kind of like blocked off. And I went into the whole area, and it was just, what was it? What do you call it? It was just all like, I can't remember exactly, but it was like, it just had all this high voltage all around it. And it seemed like there was oil and shit too, but anyway, that was that other scenario, you know. But I knew when I was walking around that area, I'm like, fuck, I'm in dangerous shit, you know, I'm in a dangerous area right here. But the aliens do that a lot. Okay, so in this scenario, the ramen noodle factory scenario, except the alien never did really tell me what it was. Okay, so I was like, well, like I said, it was just, you know, it wasn't like the whole time that I was walking around. I mean, it's not the whole time that I was walking around and realizing that I was, you know, walking on water and chemicals, but it wasn't just water, it was water and chemicals. and like a subfloor. It looked like a subfloor that just was like half-ass laid down or whatever. And it, like the whole scenario, I wasn't aware of that. It was just one point when I started walking around, for whatever reason, I had taken off my shoes and my socks. Oh yeah, and the manager, one of the managers, he was a male as far as I remember. He stopped and asked me like, why did I take off my shoes and my socks? And I said I just wanted to give my feet a rest or something like that from the socks and the shoes. And then that's when I asked him, is this just water? And he's like, no, it's water and chemicals. So I was afraid I was gonna get, get some, acid spots or whatever on my feet or whatever at some point. But so like I said, at some point in the scenario, I was walking around. I took my shoes and socks off. Now I can't remember if I actually remember taking my shoes and socks off, but I did. And then I looked down and I was completely barefoot, and I noticed the floor was wet. I mean, like it was about an inch or maybe an inch and a half, maybe 2 inches of water and chemicals. And I was like, wow, I'm walking around, and I knew that was dangerous once I found out that it was water and chemicals. And then I noticed the flooring was like a subfloor, like just a cheap particle board subfloor, but it wasn't completely put together. It was like real shitty and rickety, and had gaps, a few little gaps in between the slats and stuff. It was just a real shitty floor, like like they didn't lay it down very well or whatever. And it was, the subflooring was like light reddish, brownish or whatever, tannish, beigeish. And so that part was real. They, like the aliens, they put scary shit like that in my scenarios lots of times, and it was just very scary because I knew at that point I wasn't just walking in water, I was walking in chemicals as well as water. Oh yeah, and I forgot to tell you, yeah, the water was hot. Yeah, I mean, it felt like it was a good, whatever hot is. I think hot, like if you turn on your faucet, 120 degrees or something like that. It felt like, I mean, it wasn't like scalding hot, but it was hot, and I could feel it. I could feel the hot water on my freaking feet. And that lasted for a good, I don't know, like maybe 20 seconds, as I was walking around. Maybe longer. I felt the water, and it was hot. Like, probably 110 degrees, 115 degrees, something like that. Not scalding hot, but it was hot, and I could feel it on my feet. That was the virtual reality part. And then when I learned that it was like hot water as well as chemicals, I was just like, wow, this probably isn't safe, walking around barefoot. Yeah, so basically that was the whole scenario, but it lasted a long time. And but that was real cool when, like, the alien, I stopped at one point in the middle there of the big hallway that led to the back of the factory, around the corner where the, in the other scenario where the bats and the freezer was. And I was like, just looking at the whole place, like the alien was revolving, the whole scene around me, and I was observing the whole building. And I was just like, wow, this is the same ramen noodle factory, but it wasn't. So that was kind of cool. But anyway, I don't know if I have time to do the orb one, but there's a couple orbs, or cool, I mean not orbs, but cool things that the aliens made for me, created for me outside, on camera. There's a couple things that I never did put in the other orb videos, because I was still trying to get all through my SD cards or whatever. I probably have time to do it real quick. Let's see. I gotta do it fast though, because... Okay, let's see. And then, like I say, that middle scenario, I can't remember. But it was, god dang it, I hope it comes back to me, damn it. That's my grandma. Hey, grandma. Where's the orbs one? Orbs, shit, I have it on. Oh, there it is. Okay, I gotta hurry up, because I only have like 4 gigabytes or whatever. Okay, so this one I never did show. Oh, what the fuck? God damn it. Oh, yeah. That one is really cool. That one is really cool. That one almost looks like a freaking butterfly. You can tell that's, god damn it. You can tell that's a butterfly. That is a butterfly. that I got in my backyard because they pose on camera for me, and they make little orb-looking shapes like a butterfly and stuff. Well, I don't know why there's such a freaking glare. I can't figure it out. Oh, because I have the goddamn... Hold on. Well, I don't know how to get it off. Oh well, you can still see it though. That's pretty cool. How do I get the flash off? Oh man, I don't know if I know how to get it off. Oh well, but that's cool little butterfly. And then let's see. I think that one I already showed. That was kind of cool in my back room. I was snapping pictures in this big orb thing. Okay, that one I already showed a long time ago. The aliens had wedged that in between the candle and the wine dilly bobber, and that's, I didn't even touch that. That's unadulterated. That's not a reenactment. That's the original, what they did. That was like 5 years ago or whatever. They had put it upside down and wedged it. The aliens in my house. That was kind of cool. My stuffed animal from above. And then that is just cool orb. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Okay, some of these other ones I think I already put on. See, that's a pretty cool one right there. Okay, I gotta hurry up. Some of these, that looks like a dildo. But some of these I think I already have on the other orb videos, but this is like outside. They try to create shapes and sometimes they're really, really good. That was kind of cool. Because it looks like a, what's that called? Crap, I can't think of what it's called. Shoe wing or whatever it's called. Shoe something. Horseshoe. That looks like a horseshoe on my wall. And then, like I say, some of these I think I already, the cool one though, oh wait a minute, hold on. Yeah, this one's cool too. I never did show this one. Oh man, because I can see like a little bean right there. I don't know, to me it looks like a little bean. You can see like the two black eyes and the nose looks like a pug nose. You may not be able to see it right there in the mirror. Let's see if you can see it better, like right there. The two eyes right there and the little pug nose. Shit, no, I can't see it. Oh man, oh now I do. Let's see. See, there's the other one. There's another one right there. Looks like. But anyway, it almost looks like a little alien right there. Right there. But yeah, I don't know if you can see it. But then, okay, let's see. Oh, that's just a cool rainbow that I put in the orbs video. And this is kind of cool too. How there's a little orb right there on my pillow. Oh yeah, because, oh, no, this particular time I can't remember if I felt something on the bed, but that's like a little bean that showed up as an orb. But this one time, when it showed up on my bed, the one that looked like a little eel or snake, that's in the other orb video. That one, I actually felt something, like some energy at the side of my face, and then I snapped a picture, and a little eel looked like an eel or a snake showed up at my bed right there.